I don't know why it was so challenging for me to just directly tell the truth about how I feel about the objectifying comments that people have been leaving me on my channel. But recently, I started calling people out directly for when they make comments that are unwanted. And I even wrote in my profile description of who I am, please think before objectifying women. So let me explain it a little bit to those of you who don't really understand what I'm saying. Because some people who I have told not to write objectifying comments anymore on my page have responded that they don't understand where I'm coming from and that they don't think that their comments were objectifying. So, this is my own definition that I came up with myself. I did look up the word and I'm sure that I'm using it right. But this is what I wrote down is that treating people like an object instead of considering them as a whole person is what I mean pretty much when I'm saying objectifying. That means that you are referring to physical traits, not intellect or wisdom. The most recent harmful comment that somebody made was not terrible compared to a lot of the ones that I've received, and it was from somebody who said very nice things in the past. So I'm very much wanting to be compassionate towards the person. What they said was, love your gorgeous arms. And so I want to kind of explain why something that seems kind of mellow like that still shouldn't be posted on my page. So let me talk a little bit about some of the other things that people have said. So sometimes they'll postmark a certain time in the camera when I'm doing yoga, when my butt meets the camera. Or assuming that I want to flirt and being treated like a slab of meat, or remarks made that I have actually had to delete, sexualizing me in lewd ways. So I've been through a lot here. Saying that you like my tight pants. That person who has been writing that every time that I ever make yoga videos, it's got to end. Saying that you like my tight dress or how my body moves in it, you just can't do that. It's not appropriate. Now, why is it not appropriate to say that somebody has gorgeous arms? Well, first of all, you have to think about the context. It's on my video and it's affecting me. So I get to decide what I think is objectifying. Now, you also can add the context of this same person had written that he wanted to snuggle with me in a in the same sentence, or so it's just it's weird. And he wrote it several times, like he just had to keep repeating it. Um, so I never know how exactly to respond in the past. I never have known how to respond in the past. I frankly wanted to keep the comments because comments are good for your channel, but I secretly felt bothered by what was said. Um, It made me feel people see me as a pretty girl, not a smart human. It made me feel less important. It made me feel annoyed and humiliated. It made me worry because the main kind of video that goes viral on my page is yoga videos, and I've tried everything, and it made me wonder if the only way to succeed on YouTube is to sell my body. I mean, I've looked at someone and found them cute before, but I don't, I know how to talk to people. I know that if I see somebody on a YouTube channel, the first thing I say about them shouldn't be about their appearance. And the only time I ever write something about their appearance, it should be appropriate only. Like, if I see somebody who I think is cute, I'm not going to be like, oh, I wonder what you'd be like without any clothes on, because that's what they say to me. Well, no, I'm not going to do that because that's silly and horrible. Um, but I might say, you have such an incredible smile. That's okay. You can say that to somebody. You always can say that your smile brightens up my day. So, you have to think about what you say in your mind versus what you say publicly. And you have to make decisions about it. Don't comment about how you'd love to see me with just my panties. It's something that people have been commenting, and it's gross. Comment about me as a human, as you would want others to treat your little sister or daughter. Comment about my character and my mind. Say that I'm brave. Say that I'm smart. Say that I'm kind. Making comments that are unwanted is not okay. You should think before you speak and before you comment. I have received wonderful, kind, and thoughtful comments, and I appreciate them very much. So, I was going to read some of my favorite comments that have come in recently to give you all ideas. As someone, but let me just close this part of this saying, as someone, um, talk about somebody not just for physical traits. Don't just, the last thing you should say about somebody is physical. Even if, like, you think they have a pretty blouse, it's okay to say that. It's okay to say you have a pretty dress or a pretty blouse. It looks good on you. You look good today. Those are okay things to say because they're, like, you might say that to a teacher. That's all right. You can say you look good today. But think about saying other things first, more about them as a whole or their mind or their character. And in the future, I just wanted to say I will delete or call out every objectifying comment. So I have been looking at my comments here, and here's somebody who wrote, beautiful voice, beautiful person. God bless you, Maggie. That was a good comment to get. That was a good comment. Here's somebody really nice. She said, or they said, I'm in a creative journey as well. I've been making pancord bracelets and recently, see, just talking about what you're going through. And they say, keep the creativity going. That was great. And then here's somebody just responded with a heart. That's wonderful. So, And then here's one that I had not realized that was even commented. So I need to get back to that. But um okay, let me keep going. Okay. Here's a wonderful one that says, "Lovely song. Thank you very much." Just like things like that. Okay, here's somebody who said, "Dude," and they give me a heart, and they say, "Him, yeah," when I'm playing guitar. And then somebody does little balloons. And then somebody says, "Really beautiful. Keep it up, mate," about my music. So um, that was awesome. Um, and then here's somebody you actually know in person who says, "I love this. You're getting great," when I play music. And that's fine and wonderful. Um, and here's somebody who says, "What an absolute queen. I'm obsessed." I think that's awesome. I love getting that comment. Um, and then here's somebody who says, "Have you tried strumming your chords a bit more on my guitar?" I thought that was a great comment. Good suggestions. Um, and somebody calls me real, and that was a great comment. And then the next one that I found wrote, "You have pretty feet. Let's see more." This is what I'm saying, you guys. I wrote no thanks back, so no, don't do that. And then somebody says, "This sounds nice. Love the finale. Good job. Great work, Maggie." So all of these are good. And then one of the best comments, somebody I know personally said, "Standing up for justice in America. Thank you." And then somebody says, "Very good. It's nice." All these comments are very much appreciated. So I don't want you to feel like I don't like comments. Somebody says, "Nice song." I definitely love comments. I love getting comments. And I've said the word comment too many times, but I think you all get the idea by now. I think you've learned a little bit about objectifying people. And I appreciate that you watched this, and thank you so much. Please leave a comment if you need any clarifications or just saying how appalled you are at what certain people might have said. Thank you so much. Bye.